Hey guys, this is Mad Yokai, and this is likely going to be my last theory video before the beta goes live tomorrow. This is going to be a quick and dirty video on how you might be able to take out the legendary Jason Voorhees. Keep in mind, this is all theory and speculation, and that I'm not responsible for any or possibly your own grisly demise. However, if this theory video does help you in your fight to survive, then awesome, I've done my job. After watching IGN's premiere match with Ronnie Hobbs, one of the co-creators of Friday the 13th the game, I can say that so far a couple of my previous theories have been confirmed, such as the bar barricades and a few details on how to fix the car, so hopefully this theory can lend some help to those in the Friends and Family beta and closed beta. So let's get this started. Here's the lowdown on Jason. For starters, he is meant to be rarely killed. According to Sharman Exoft in his interview with Wes Keltner several months ago, Jason is killed only once every 70 or so playtests. 1 out of 70. So percentage-wise, that is a 1.42% chance of killing Jason. And that's with the creators playing, who know this game in and out. So if you put a bunch of new players in the mix, no offense to us, we're probably going to have a hell of a time, and likely less than a 1% chance to kill him. Gun Media has said that killing Jason requires an epic win condition. So if any one of you manages to down the machete-wielding psychopath, go treat yourself to Chinese food, go get someone to buy you a beer, because you just pulled off one of the greatest feats in video game history, and likely downed one of the most difficult bosses to this day. Gun Media has yet to say how to kill Jason, and they are leaving it up to us players to figure it out from day one. So before I go into the steps, I want to talk about what Gun Media was trying to do with this game. Gun Media has said several times that their hope was to bring the spirit of Friday the 13th into the video game world while staying true to the films. Keeping that in mind, the climax of every single Friday the 13th film has been the chase, Jason chasing after 2 or possibly 1 remaining counselor and leading up to the final showdown. That is the focus of this game, the chase. And if we translate the chase rules from the films into the game, Jason cannot be killed in one blow. But he can be stunned momentarily, so jumping off of this point, here's step 1. Here's how you can stun Jason based off of what I saw in the premiere match that was released just a short time ago from IGN. I don't have permission to use stills of the actual video because that's their property, but I will leave the link to it in my description so you can follow along. First of all, you need to hit Jason with any kind of weapon. At around 5 minutes and 38 seconds into the match, the athletic girl hits Jason in the head with a baseball bat, saving a counselor and stunning him for what appears to be 5 seconds. Keep in mind, however, that some weapons work better than others for stunning Jason. You will notice that earlier in the match, Ronnie switched from a machete to an axe to provide more power behind his attacks, and was likely intending to knock back Jason, whereas a machete could get stuck in the guy's flesh. At least in my opinion. Another way to stun Jason is to use bear traps. After Ronnie survives his second encounter with Jason, he just so happens to find a trap in the cabin and places it in the doorway. Although all appears to be lost, the trap catches Jason, and while Jason is struggling to free his leg, Ronnie is able to slip by and make a break for it. The trap immobilized Jason from 8 minutes 7 seconds to 8 minutes 21 seconds in the premiere match. So that's a 14-second window for you to hide, run, or pull off the next part of this plan. At some point in all the films we have seen, Jason gets knocked down for a brief period of time. To pull this off, I'm guessing you need to wear down Jason's stamina meter. The more you stun Jason, the more his stamina meter might drop. I also think the stuns could last longer over time the more you hit him, just like in the films. In the gameplay premiere at 11 minutes 6 seconds, Jason walks into the main house of Higgins Haven and gets knocked down with a baseball bat by the athletic girl. Based off of the athletic girl's taunt and the time it took for Jason to get up, it was 6 to 7 seconds. So don't be fooled just because Jason is lying down. He will get back up. And these 6 to 7 seconds is the only amount of time you're going to get to pull off what is likely the most dangerous part of this theory. So once you knock down Jason, one person must be quick enough to run over and either hit Jason in the face to remove his mask, or remove the mask with your bare hands, as we've seen in Friday the 13th Part 2, 4, 7, and 8. The reason I think this is because Ronnie said in chat after Jason was knocked down, "Where's the weapon? Oh, it broke. The weapon broke." So I do think we either need to hit the mask off or remove it ourselves. But be warned, if Friday the 13th films have taught me anything, it's that the counselors freak out when they see Jason under the mask for the first time. After all, he is hideous. If we consider this in the game, your counselor's fear level could spike instantly, and Jason might recover at that very moment. So if you can pull this off with backup, that's your safest bet. Remove the mask and run, or if you don't have time, book it out of there and try to remove the mask at a later time in the game. Once Jason's mask is off, you might need to stun him again, so you can provide yourself a small window to attack his head. The mask always came off in the Friday the 13th films towards the last few minutes before Jason was defeated. So if you think about it, the mask is most likely serving as a shield for his face in this game. Also, the face is always the part that gets the most damage and changes throughout the film series. So use machetes, axes, guns, go all out once he is stunned and his mask is removed. If you follow these 4 steps, you might have a shot at killing Jason. Maybe. But even then I don't know. Gun Media has not announced how to kill Jason, and it's up to us to figure this out from day 1. Before I end this video, I thought I would provide fair warning before trying this, and give you guys a heads up on a few things I noticed. 1. You cannot stun lock Jason, like in World of Warcraft. I'm guessing to make it fair for the Jason player, Gun Media installed a timer where Jason would only be stunned and remain stunned from the first attack. So the second attack that strikes Jason will likely not reset the stun. 2nd, weapons break. The baseball bat broke in the skirmish between Jason and the athletic girl, so think of a plan if your weapon breaks, or maybe even have a knife on hand. Everyone was looking for a knife during the premiere match. You might even be able to stab Jason in the eye with it, if you're good enough. So the 3rd thing I want to make you all aware of is watch your stamina. Think of stamina as action points in a game. Running and swinging your weapon against Jason takes stamina. Evidence of this can be seen at 6 minutes 30 seconds in the premiere match, when Ronnie's stamina meter moves frequently during his encounter with Jason. If you run out of stamina, you can't run, you can't swing your weapon, and you can't break free, which will likely allow Jason to perform some of the cinematic kills we saw in the Friday the 13th kill video released at PAX. Keep in mind, though, that stamina does not equal health, and if you get bloodied up enough, you will likely die. So always pay attention to your character and how they look. Are they covered in blood? Do they look like they're about to keel over? How is their fear level? Do you have enough stamina? Pay attention to your screen. Alright, that's all I have for this theory video. I will do my best to show some beta footage, but I am traveling across the globe and entertaining on all 3 days of the closed beta, so we'll see what happens, but I will do my best to provide you guys some gameplay footage, and we can talk about it. Otherwise, enjoy your time with friends and family, enjoy the game, and you better watch out. He knows when you're drinking, and he knows when you're in the hay. So you better watch out, because I'm telling you why, because Jason Voorhees is coming to town! Good night, and good luck. Happy holidays, everyone. And I'll see you around.